Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're doing something new. I'm coming at you being the host of today's very special show, and we're dealing with a little delay. So that was a fun, awkward millennial pause at the beginning. But I am Kyle to do. Welcome to another episode of the Download Queue, episode 98. Dude,
we're close.
That is crazy. That is crazy. We have a special one today. Talking Game of the Year 2025. We've made a top 10 list. We're going to go over it. But first, we haven't done a show in 2 weeks. I think it was pre-Christmas we talked. So first, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. How was the two-week break?
I feel off. The break throws me. Coming back, it's like I said, I'm feeling nervous. Got the little jitters. Lots gone on over Christmas break, surprisingly. So I'm like getting back in to a steady schedule again. Planning a lot for the upcoming year. Excited. A lot of things happening. Good.
Yes, a lot of good stuff, I think. It was a good time. I didn't play a lot of games. We'll talk. That's for another episode. I want to get right to the main thing that we're talking about today, which is going over our top 10 games that we played in 2025. We played games last year. A lot of games. I didn't keep track. I know you kept track. Do you have offhand how many games you played? I think
Give me 3 seconds. I can sure tell you.
Yeah. I think in my true achievements that Xbox, that account or that website did, since Xbox can't afford to do an end of the year thing, it said I touched around 50 games offhand. I'm like, pretty solid year. So I had to go through. It was easy to make my top 10. I don't think it was hard to get 10. 2 games maybe could have made it that didn't make it. But other than that, it was like pretty locked in. Did you have your breadth of games?
Rolled credits on 31.
Wow.
31, which that's a mixture of some stuff because I played some of the old Final Fantasies in there, obviously. Got a bunch of old Switch stuff in preparation for Switch 2. No, building the list this year, I was making changes as early as, or as late as 2 hours ago. I was down here moving pictures in and out still, and it's not even like the important ones. Literally number 10 is the one I got hung up on, or that switched spots like 4 times in the past couple days.
Yeah.
The rest of the list is pretty similar, but
I feel that. Yeah, I had a couple games. Really, it was the positioning. And then if I got it earlier, if I put more time into it, it could have honestly pushed number 10 out. But we'll get there when we get there. I couldn't change mine like you. I had to type mine out. We'll get to that right now. Because this year, we're doing something fun with our Game of the Year list. We played some games that weren't released in 2025. We played Grounded. We enjoyed that a lot. I know that. You said it in the show already. It is would have been your game of the year.
De facto game of the year.
Alan Wake 2, basically, right? Alan Wake 2 for me, phenomenal. Changed my life. I loved it. We had 2 games that honestly deserve some praise, deserve the spotlight. So they are sponsoring unofficially. They don't know it yet, but they are sponsoring each of our lists. So our Jaco's list over here is brought to you by Grounded. You'll see a little video about that. And then my list is brought to you by Alan Wake 2. So we had some fun with so that's what we're going to do.
Well, I turned out good. Again, congratulations. Shout out to you, because above and beyond on this shit this year with fairly limited times. Not a last minute decision we were doing, but not something we were planning in the weeks leading up. So how this all turned out, hopefully on my end, does it justice.
Yeah, it's our first time where you put pre-production in. Then after it's over, I filmed stuff, I edited, I had to learn the motion graphics a little bit. Super easy stuff, nothing crazy. We put work into this. I'm excited. It's going to be fun, goofy. It's going to work in our way, and I love it.
Fingers crossed.
So, hey, either way, it's going to be cool. But before we go into it, as we go through our list, we're going to go each. We're going to start with my 10, and then we'll go to Jaco's 10, 9, 8, and we'll go through that way. If there is a game on my list, let's say Claire Obscure is number 10 on my list, and Jaco has it at number 3 or has it higher up, he'll say, we'll talk about it later. We won't, repeat ourselves, rehash the same stuff, have someone just sit there. Yes?
I need to say something here before we start.
Okay.
New year, new us. Badlands Backlogs is dead. Not under the name anymore in the new thing. we've been doing this for almost 100 episodes, Kyle. I need to make a correction for you.
Oh my god.
It's the other A. It's a Jaco instead of a Jaco. Jaco's Tacos.
Yeah. You know, in my mind, what months ago you said it's like that, and I said it's not like that. That's how I took it.
Doesn't matter what he said.
Jaco.
That's it.
Well, whatever. Jaco's dead.
Jaco's dead. Balance Back Fog's dead.
Jaco is alive. No, thank you so much. No, I honestly, I totally, please correct me at any point.
That's every time I'm like, do I do it? No,
yeah, no, please
right.
do. Like, hey, if I don't, I do it because I don't know or I just mispronounce it, and I'll get in my brain eventually. So perfect. Jaco like Taco Bell.
Jaco's Choco Tacos and Nachos. My food truck I was going to start if I ever needed a job.
Oh, wow. You have that like locked in.
We did. We were planning this out. It was a whole thing.
All right, I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to start. So, repeating Claire Obscure. So if I had it at 10, you had it higher, we would pause. We'll talk about it later, and then we'll kind of move on to that and have a full discussion when we have it both there. If it's both at the same time, cool. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see where our lists are. I think I have a couple surprises that are going to make sense, but also be surprising. I wonder how much we are going to have crossover. I really don't know. I really don't know with you. So yeah. I'm really excited to see our list. You kept it a secret. That was the right call. I was like, whatever. But as we're here now, I'm like, yeah, I'm happy. I don't know your list.
It's in the reveal. Because last year was fun. Like, we had quite a few things that were lined up or either very close to each other. But this one, I feel like we play a lot of the same stuff, but differentiated enough where it'll be wildly different lists.
Yeah, and I feel like our opinions on games at the end of it have differed enough where now I'm like, we'll see. But are you ready to get into it?
I'm ready. Let me get transition over here. I believe starting with you, with your...
Yeah, so we're going to start
number 10.
Start with number 10. Top 10 games of 2025 brought to you by Alan Wake 2.
What? At 10?
Yeah, also there's audio on that video, so if you can get that playing too.
Let me get, yeah.
Yeah, same on yours too, if you know. But other than that, it might be a little loud. No worries. Yeah, so number 10, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I just couldn't get this one off the list if I wasn't trying to. But every time, trying to see if another game could make it, it couldn't. This game stuck with me. It is by far not the most amazing story. It at times really does struggle as a whole narrative. Playing through the DLC as well, it's like, okay, that really feels like the full game conclusion, but that's in DLC, so it's incomplete in the main game. That's unfortunate. But despite all that, for me, this game just captured my attention hard. It grabbed me. I got Ubisoft Plus, their subscription service, to try this. Star Wars Outlaws and the Avatar game. I touched Outlaws for a couple of minutes, I think, but I was like, no, I'm loving this. The world was beautiful, is beautiful. Photo mode was just a joy to mess around with in this world, but I love just being in it, walking around, discovering stuff, going from thing to thing. I didn't want to buy another subscription month, so I mainlined the main quest, but I didn't want to. I wanted to keep playing it. The dual protagonist worked really well. Having Naoe be the assassin, the stealth, the shinobi from Japan, right? That just worked so well, and having her feel different in combat is so smart. Same with Yasuke, him being the more heavy samurai, the brute, the tank. That difference in gameplay, having them, Yasuke couldn't scale buildings like Naoe can. that just makes sense in a real life context. And I love that they, did that in the game. Gameplay wise, being able to, oh, I can't climb this building with Yasuke. Switch to Now Way. Boom, done. Now I can climb it. The game, let me do that shit. That was good. It felt right. I just was really, truly impressed with this game. After coming off Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I hopped off of, jumped back in a year after it came out. Again, overwhelmed with just the sheer amount of stuff they just kind of go with. Shadows fixed that. They got me to go through the path. And yeah, it makes my list. Truly love this game. I see it on sale. I'm like, I'm going to get it for the Switch eventually because it's on Switch too. And that's crazy that it also runs really well. People are like impressed with it. So shout out to Ubisoft. Shout out to the team for making a cool, awesome Assassin's Creed set in Japan and also having it run on multiple systems like the Switch 2 as well.
The fact that you're talking this barely made your list has me worried. Because I thought for sure had this pegged in for a top 5. Without
my top 5 is going to
question.
blow your mind.
That's wild.
But my top 5 is going to blow your mind. You know what we should have done, and we'll do this next year? We give each other our games, and we have to rank them. So we know, maybe we do like, here's 15 games, and then I
Figure out
have
the
to
top
rank
10.
1 through 15. Yeah, figure out 1 through 15. 15 doesn't matter, right? Yeah, we'll think about it. Fun idea, because like it'd be interesting to be like, what the hell? What do you mean? Like, anyways, continue. I love it.
Assassin's Creed Shadows, first one of the year, into my number 10. Is this seat taken? Finally, eventually took the number 10 spot for me after much deliberation. There was a lot of stuff here again, where it wasn't like stuff I didn't enjoy as much, but a lot of stuff that I felt could have represented 2025. And this kind of represents the whole cozy going into handheld, different genres of gaming I'm doing now. Playing this on Steam. This was one of the first review things I got personally to do for us, so take that with a grain of salt for what you want. But for just a simple puzzle game from a new studio, Potty Studio, who's based out of Barcelona, Spain, Brussels, Belgium, like whole hodgepodge of people that got together to just make a little fun puzzle game. You're picking people up, putting them in buses or cars or at a sporting event or weddings. They all have different preferences of this person doesn't like good smells, or this person doesn't like people with hats, or this person doesn't want their view obstructed at a movie, and trying to get them all together to fit and be happy. Very simple concept that, for me, as someone who's not a big fan of puzzle games, got my attention. I would never hit a wall that made me want to put it down, and it wasn't this mind-bending journey you're going through. Just a very solid time that I highly recommend to anybody. I'm looking at it again on Switch 2. As mentioned, like, I'd be down to try that out again. Play it in a handheld thing. Is a seat taken. First game from them in 2025, making the top 10.
I see it on sale too, and I remember you played it and really liked it. So this is probably something that might push me to get it at some point. Because when you talked about it earlier in the year, it piqued my interest enough to every time I see it, I'm like, huh.
Sale would be good. Maybe
exactly.
I think it was 6
That's what it
hours.
sounded like for me.
So sale would be
That's
good.
perfect. Yeah, and maybe something me and my wife can play too, just casually, just like, cool. I like it. Yeah, see, I totally would have not put this on a list for you. I would have forgot about it. So
The one that had the spot the longest was the one I was sending you in Discord with the test images I was doing.
Oh yeah.
But
what did that? Well, I'll see if it
you'll
makes the
see.
list.
Did it move up?
Yeah.
Did it move down? Who knows?
Damn, that's crazy. All right, moving on now to number 9 from me. Number 9, Citizen Sleeper 2, Star Word Vector.
Yeah, again, this something I remember you talking about would not have even put it on the top 10.
Yeah, this one snuck in on a sale on Switch as well. And so I picked it back up, played a couple, beat the first one earlier this year, right before the second one came out. Played a bit of the second one, hopped off of it. Forgot why. I think going right from 1 to 2 was kind of a lot for a narrative heavy game, a lot of reading in it. So kind of fell off, but yeah, hop back in, and it has become my nightly little thing, reading it. And playing 1 to 2 really has helped. It helps elevate it, because I just think where they've taken it and the way they've expanded the world, the system, and your ability to choose what to do, when to do it, is just crazy. It is a top tier sci-fi story. The whole idea of being a sleeper who you are like your mind is uploaded into this thing, so people kind of treat you differently. You have to get your body needs to be recharged with synthesizer or whatever it's called, and there's this all these threads that when you start tying them into your own life, it's like really good shit about just figuring out who you are, what you're doing. And it's like, damn, man, this hits in a year as my daughter gets older. Like, life changes, things happen. It's like, this is a story that brings up stuff and you're like, what? I'm just watching this person sail across the sky, right? We're just making choices, and it hits in a way that has made an impact on me in a really beautiful way. I would really highly recommend it for that. The gameplay being narrative and choice based, relies on a dice system, 1 through 6. I think you get 5 or 6 in a day. 6 giving you a guaranteed positive reaction, 1 giving you most likely a negative one, and then there's variance between the dice. So even if it's higher, like a 5 or a 4, you could still fail that, and then that changes the narrative stuff. It can screw you up and send you on a whole different path narratively, or you can succeed and it sends you that way. The way the random is balanced with the choice feels really good. It doesn't feel like, okay, whatever. I don't feel screwed out of things. I feel like justified in bad things happening to me in the game, right? If something gets screwed up, it's like, of course that happens. I'm not like, it's just part of the story. It's part of life in that game. And yeah, I think that's just really, really solid game design. Yeah, the growth from 1 to 2, exceptional. So it feels more like a game. There's more game in the second one as well. Still Citizen Sleeper though, but I really like seeing the growth from 1 to 2. So it makes my list at number 9.
Do you see this being a me game? Because I almost picked this up on the break on Game Pass to try out some other stuff before making the list, and ultimately decided against it, but everybody's talking about it.
I 100% think it's worth trying the second one, because it has a little more drive forward. It kind of pushes you better forward, and then there's more quote gameplay in it. I think that's better. I think you could relate to it. I don't. Are you a reader? Do you hate reading? If you are okay with reading, you can get over that, right? If the story grabs you. But if you're like, no, I don't like reading, then you aren't gonna like it because it does ask you to read. And this is essentially, it's like reading a book at night for me. Like, I'm putting it down because I'm falling asleep, because I'm like, okay, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired of reading. But it's the same feeling for me as when I would okay, I gotta finish the chapter so I can go to bed. Like, I'm falling asleep. But I was a reader, so I think you should try it. I really think you should.
See how the year pans out for me as we head to my number 9.
I'm excited.
Number 9 goes to Obsidian's Avowed.
Oh,
really enjoyed this. Having our discussion a few weeks back when we were looking back at 2025 stuff. Like, Avowed was the first thing this year that was not even the first major drop, but the first thing I was actively excited for. again, going back to that initial reveal trailer years ago and this journey this game has gone on and finally being able to experience it, while not living up to all the expectations I had for it going in, was still a really solid experience. The comparing of it with Outer Worlds 2 now made me realize that even more. And dropping Outer Worlds 2 and wanting it to be more Avowed. The setting I liked way more, the overall story. Eventually maybe go into Pillars of Eternity to get further in the lore. Like, I'm at that point. It had its issues with side stories, obviously. We talked about the ending not really adding up for me, but you had a way different experience that landed way better. But for a visual showpiece this year, I think this is top notch and deserved way more. The environments, the spells, the creature design, just stuff that we're not really used to seeing as so many games go towards super photorealistic and grounded things. Like, this was that weird left field release this year that knew what it was coming from, knew the IP it was coming from, and they doubled down on it. And excited to see more. Again, they're doing their updates for 2026 anniversary update coming with more stuff. If I return to it with how 2026 is, we'll see. But to kick off 2025 this year, it was a great time for me.
Yeah, I love that it made your list. I didn't stop you because it did not make my list. It did not make it.
Another one I
really
thought for sure.
Yeah, no, I really love my time with it, but I think it's funny how, I don't know, there's just something, it just, yeah, there's other games that just week past it. I think the farther I get away from it, I get less likely I want to go back to it. And I think it's just, soured me on it. So maybe other games have a, what's that? I can't think of the phrase. Recency bias, over it. And maybe I'll come back around and be like, oh shit, I love this game. But it was at 10 for a long time. It would not go above it. And I was just like, it's not on my list. So really crazy. But, if they had a photo mode. No, if they had a photo mode, I would have loved it.
It's a thing for me, especially going into this year, of understanding and accepting single player experiences, because I feel like I'm more looking for stuff I can continuously return to and play for long stretches of time, and coming to term that Avowed and these Is the Seat Taken, like, those things are okay as is. I don't need them to be 80-hour things I keep coming back to nonstop, and finding the appreciation in that again. So
again, listening to developers scope, right? Like, if they're intending it to be played forever, then it better be played forever, motherfuckers. But yeah, if it's not, like, gotta accept what they are. And that's a wider thing for everyone, right?
Yeah.
But I like that we're realizing that. Are you ready for number 8?
Number 8.
Here we go. Kirby Air Riders. A little Kirby showing up.
Wild.
That's my number 8, Kirby Air Riders. A game that who would have thought would have got a sequel? Who would have thought would have got a sequel post Smash Ultimate? Who would have thought it would have been in the launch window of the Switch 2 without a Mario title? With a Mario, what? Crazy. The holiday season was Kirby Air Riders, not Mario Kart World, right? But I mean, the nostalgia for me personally, it's so freaking hard with this game. I didn't realize how much of it I played on the GameCube, how much of it is stored in the deep recesses of my mind, blocked by trauma. It's there and I love it. And as I'm playing the game, it was in the network test. I was like, holy shit. The air rides, like, I know a lot of these vehicles and the maps. Oh my God, I'm like remembering a lot of the maps, and it became something that I wanted to get, and I picked it up, and it's been a joy. It's just a fun, chaotic, just straightforward mess of a time. And The online function works great. It works well. If I want to play online, I get a match pretty quickly. Some a little longer, but nothing too crazy. The road trip mode that gives you the origin story of all the vehicles. Hell yeah. Like super out there and weird. And you're like, all right. But it's a cool roguelite choose your path mode as well that you can replay over and over to unlock more stuff and just play the game. And as you go through the path, you unlock one thing. You unlock, or not unlock, but you can get like a traditional lap race, and then the next one you can choose. You can get the city trial mode, and they'll have specific challenges, or you can do some of the more mini game stuff. Like so, you're getting exposed to all the different modes of the game in the road trip campaign mode, which I thought is really really smart and well done. And it reminded me of the mode in Smash Bros. Ultimate, right? To just kind of get you through the game and teach you some of the mechanics, teach you some of the characters. Same idea here. I loved it, and I just really love this game. I know you picked it up, right? You have access to it now. You got it for Christmas.
Yeah,
Someone did.
I bought it for my girlfriend for
multiplayer.
Christmas, and I've put more time into it than her. Which
Oh yeah,
she had that experience. She had the GameCube one. That was like she grew up with that, and I've been hogging it more so. Doing, I think I'm on round 8 of the driving mode where you're going through and getting upgrades and doing challenges. Like I'm on level 8 of that. Haven't done a lot of just the base racing yet, which is dumb to say for narrators, but there's so many small unique game modes in that game that every time you look at it, it's something new. Like it is ADHD riddle just popping up at you every second. Like it's a fun time.
Yeah, it's just it's real fun. It's not the most like perfect form of a modern day multiplayer title of this type of game, like a battler racer, right? I feel like you could have more options in game modes, be able to do more things. The way multiplayer works, even single player, like doing city trial, you load in and you do it once and you're back out, and it's like that could feel a little more like I want to just kind of keep going. And maybe I haven't explored the menus, but there's a lot of Nintendo decisions. And again, for me, it's a family console. They're trying to get a wide breadth of people, age range, and accessibilities. And so, some things have to be certain ways. But outside of that, it is a fun ass Nintendo title that I just can't wait to keep. I play every now and then a race or two. I'm like, yeah, this is fun. I'm going to start another road trip, do things differently and see, because there's different paths you can take, and that gives you certain things. Who knows? It's fun. I love the story too. It's so weird.
And just it's throws every time you do a race or anything, it's like, hey, have a new unlock, have a character, have a new vehicle. Oh, you got a thing on this? Get this collectible board popped out. Like it's breadcrumb just machine gun firing collectibles and rewards at you and brand new stuff to tinker with. Or it's like, oh, this is a slightly different recolor of vehicle A, but it maybe has better turning, but we're not going to necessarily tell you that. Figure it out. Like weird soccer things.
Yeah, you just figure it out by playing and figure it out by tinkering. Or good luck, have fun. Some boost, some don't.
Well, Kyle,
that's the year number 8.
I'm gonna pass you on the track. Where's my number 8?
Wow. I think I know what you're alluding to.
My number 8, Mario Kart World. Had to put it on here. The Nintendo Switch 2 launch game, literally got the bundle. Fell in love. Like, it's just a solid thing. I'm not usually a Mario Kart guy. I'm not going back and playing 8. I'm not doing the online stuff. Like, it's a casual experience for me. But World has just been nonstop. Every couple days, hop in, do a couple things, do a Grand Prix, just cruise around and free roam. Again, the soundtrack, top tier. Hundreds of tracks from across Mario's whole history, with each one having 4 or 5 different remix themes to them and blending together so well when it happens. Like, just a great time. Obviously, a lot of people had issues with it when it came out. Was not what everyone wanted. They have done a ton of updates to it since that makes it not a brand new experience, but fixes a lot of the little things people had wrong. You don't want to do the grand or the races online where a lot of it's the intermission courses driving from course to course. Cool, we got rid of a lot of those. Oh, you like our soundtrack? Cool, we have the playlist on the menu now. When you pause, you can see what song's playing. Oh, character unlocks are kind of weird and wonky because they did it in a weird way where it's like region specific. Hey, we changed that too to make it easier for you. Like, they're going back and doing things to make it a better time. At this point, it's just waiting for DLC to drop to keep coming back more than I already am, which we've talked about multiple times. I'm surprised it's still not here. I thought Game Awards was its time, but even without it, like, it's still, oh, you got to Switch too? Obviously, if you didn't, you have to get Mario Kart World. For me, as a recommendation.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't even think of it on my list, but I bought the Switch and I didn't get the bundle because I didn't have a choice, but I still bought Mario Kart because why wouldn't you? It's Mario Kart and it's a Nintendo console. It's just what you do. And I love it. It's fun, but I still, don't need much to say other than I really hope it's $80 or it's $80 because DLC is free for everyone and they're not going to split people off. It's not hidden behind Nintendo Online.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. Why don't you say that? I don't know. It's probably not real. Maybe in hindsight, they're like, okay, well, now we'll do that to save ourselves. But yeah, $80 is weird. I'm waiting for DLC too. I wonder if crossovers, yeah. We'll see what the future is.
The pieces are there.
I haven't touched it since we stopped playing it.
It's worth going back to. Like,
I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna make me and my wife. Hey, if you're watching, we need to do Mario Kart night.
That or you with the child.
I gotta get back to
like
it.
The free roam stuff they've changed too, where now it shows
I don't
you
know where I'm gonna get a child.
You have your child. But they have like all the P switches and all the collectible stuff. Like, those are marked down the map now. You can see it's not just blindly going and looking for things. Like I said, it's enough small changes that it's not a new experience, but it's what it should have been.
Yeah, that's something that maybe I would actually chase now. Before it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to randomly wander. I don't care. Remember we thought it was going to be Forza Horizon, but Mario? You're going to be able to make your own courses. You're going to be able to do cool stuff.
Oh, I forgot about the course making. That would still be cool.
Yeah.
That should be added still.
Dude, Mario Kart World Maker. That's all. It's boom, boom. Just another switched world over and boom, you're there.
Just another boom.
If they're not doing that, it's silly. The world is such a blank slate. It is perfect for that opportunity. Like, whether it's adding like physical things in the world as well, like Super Mario Maker, right? Or if it's just making the course itself and maybe adding ramps and whatnot. But there's something there. Maybe then it would have made my list.
Maybe Mario get with it.
But something else did.
Something else did.
Number 7. Number 7, Arc Raiders.
I got nothing.
I like it. Didn't make your list.
It was close again. It was my 10 for a very, very, very long time. And I returned to it last night and I was like, I'm changing.
Yeah, that was my prediction. It's 9 or 10 or not on it. Cause yeah, that makes sense. You weren't playing it alone.
I did last night.
So I did see you hop on for a little bit when I was editing and lost in the sauce of trying to figure stuff out. Never mind. That's a tangent. Arc Raiders number 7. Yes, this game that came out of nowhere for me earlier this summer. Marathon is announced. People signing up for playtest. April open test happens. We're playing it. I'm enjoying it. Arc Raiders has a test around that right near then. Get into that. And I think it was a test right before it came out that I finally decided I'm going to get this one, in part because I am going to 100% get Marathon. And this whole us doing the show, and the whole, discourse between the two at the time, I was like, I want to see an extraction shooter. Let's get into it because I'm going to play Marathon. Let's have some fun. It's $40. It's easy. This game's great. It took me like by total surprise how much I fell in love with it. What really helps it for me is the solo mode. That has been and continues to be really player friendly, unless you are being the dick. But having that option where it's not, and no matter what, you're gonna have to fight is super cool, because then I can go in, do my quest, do casual stuff, learn the game, and not always be hunted, not always have to worry about other people, not always have to find a squad. That really elevates the game and makes it, I think, made it as big as it was, because even people who like squad games, who like the PvP element, those people are enjoying the game, loving it for that. There's people like me who watch it, who are like, oh, I want to do that too, and then they get to in the solo mode. That part is so exceptionally balanced between all three solo duos and trios. I think it's really cool. We'll see where it goes from here, community wise. I think from launch to now, they had a plan. We had a roadmap. We don't know anything, and that's okay. It's holidays, right? But at some point in January, they have to tell us what's next, and we'll see where the community goes. But for a launch of this game, what else can you ask for? It just took it by storm. It still held it from launch to update. It kept up in player number. It kept retention up, and it's fun. It's well made. The sound design, the robots, the art design, all of that is just so good, so good. So phenomenal game. I'm so intrigued to see where it goes from here, because hey, you did it. You launched it successfully. You are defined as an IP, as a game in the industry now. Let's see the roadmap, because we have nothing else. So I'm excited to see multiple expeditions, which is the reset for characters, what that does to the community, where they take it. Because I think they said it's a 10 years. They had something for 10 years, the story. All right. We'll see.
Yeah, Arc is, for me, the product of a list of best case scenarios that could have happened. Launching when it did against Black Ops 7, which being roasted at the stakes, launching against Battlefield 6, which super great at launch, but quickly dropped almost everybody. People dipped out super fast. So this was that sort of last bastion place to return to with a different twist. Like, it's not a normal shooter, obviously. It's an extraction thing, whole different ball game, but it's still fair enough rules that it's bringing in the casual Call of Duty players, it's bringing in the hardcore streamers, it's bringing in whoever it needs to keep a player base up. So, yeah. It's out of my top 10. Runs back.
Yeah, sorry.
What is number 7 for me?
Let's see it.
Guarantee this will not be on yours, so we don't even need to worry about it.
I'm thinking of I just have no idea.
Number 7 for me goes to Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster.
Oh, yeah, no, never.
Which I'm surprised it made it on, especially where it did, because at launch, I played it for that first week and I've not returned to it. But months after, it's been a casual comfort experience of don't want to put a lot of time into stuff, don't want to start up a new thing, hop back in Oblivion. It's a known place for me. It's not revamped quest-wise. It's the exact same thing you're doing back from 2006, just with a prettier palette, but the vibes are still there. The music is still there. The art style updates they've had. I'll find myself, especially traveling at night, stopping and just staring at the sky, which is just so full of constellations and color and shit going on. Like, it's a beautiful game that I feel a lot of people came past this year, maybe because it is a remaster, because there was so much other new stuff. but for not setting groundwork for where they're going, but it has me more excited for Fallout 3 Remaster if that happens this year. It shows that you can revisit old stuff like this, and without it being a full from the ground remake, like you could still make it a new experience. You could still bring new life and new energy into 20 plus year old games without fundamentally changing what it was. And whether it's me, I hopped on again. First thing I went and did, you go and do the Fighters Guild because that's what you do for money. And now it's the past couple weeks I hop in, I working on Thieves Guild stuff. I go sell what I need to get the next quest. I do the next mainline quest and I call it good there. Like it's a very great game to sit and pick apart if you just want to focus on certain things. I've hardly touched the main story yet. Like 30, 40 hours just doing side stuff still. And yes, I've done it before, but it's fresh. It's comfort. It is what I want more of from single player stuff.
I love that for you. I love that. I just hope this next Elder Scrolls game can hit for me, because any game I try, I just haven't clicked with. The Oblivion one, I don't even know if I should try it again. But did not like Skyrim the multiple times I tried it. But yeah, I love Fallout. So I love Starfield. I love Bethesda games, but something like I've come late to the party on these games and I just can't get past the age on them for some reason. I don't know. It's just, I probably just need to try again one more time or just wait. But there's something there. It looks cool. I see it. I'm like, there's like a call. It like calls me and then I say no. Because I see what it could be. I see what it is. Yeah,
it could be that 40, 50 hour long time sink, you know?
Yeah, I think, and that's like, I want it to be, but I know it's not. It's like looking at it, an X, it's like, yeah, thank God I don't play that.
I got a kid now.
On
to number 6.
Yeah. Oh, real quick though, Fallout. I think like last year's Dev Direct, we're gonna see Fallout. We'll see a Fallout remaster, just like develop Obsidian. This one appeared at not Obsidian. Oblivion appeared at the last one.
No. Oblivion was the one that it was like rumored for 3 fucking weeks of, next Monday it'll be announced. Next Monday it'll be announced. Here's the pre-order image and all this stuff. And then a random Wednesday they just dropped it. Like, hey, it's out tomorrow. Handled it terribly.
I said they did a plan and they did not. Got it. Apologies. Let's go to number 6.
Number 6. What the?
Number 6, Hades 2.
What?
What do you mean, what?
It's
Hades 2. Lower than you thought?
We'll talk about it, yeah.
Oh, okay, our first one. That's our first one. That's crazy that it took. Yeah, all right.
Wild.
Is it for you? Probably high.
My number 6 is another one we will talk about later, probably. South of Midnight. Just out of my top 5 for the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we will talk about this one later.
Damn. Rapid fire.
We don't get this. We don't get to sit on the gnome. Sorry, gnome. I really like this design. All these I did in creative mode. Really like that. Grounded. Awesome game that lets you do a cool thing. I wish they let you copy the map into creative. I know why you can't do that.
Yeah.
I get why you can't, but I was like, damn, I don't want to have to like spend weeks getting resources to make all this in our game. So yeah,
I was wondering if you found like a pre-done one. I'm like, this is really good and very.
No, I did it all by hand, buddy. Nice. I was gonna do it live on stream for fun, but if you're ready, I'm just vamping.
Yeah, we're good. Number 5.
My number 5. There, obscure.
And the audience goes wild. Not number one, Kyle? What do you mean?
Nope. I was on a really long delay on my end on that one. Forgot I paused it. Yeah, number 5, not number 1. Nope, Claire Obscure. Expedition number 3. I had it locked at my number 3 because of 33 for the longest time, and I was like, it's there, but that was messing up my list. It ends up as 5. The gripes I have with it, I'll talk about first. The Picto system and the Lumina system, I think, was just a lot and overwhelming. And at the end of the day, I felt I ended up not doing a lot with that and was fine. So for me, it's just like, it felt like a system I was ignoring as opposed to finding what worked for me and choosing that. Like I said, I was just ignoring chunks of it and just like, oh, I get to upgrade. Now I can equip the new Picto thing because I have enough points now. That's really what it was. So that's my big gripe with it. Other than that, I think there's times where, like, I think, what was I going to say? Times where games do something more important that this game is so special. The story, of how it's made is one thing. That obviously adds so much to it, and the passion that it took to get there and the passion that they kept within that team to make this game is felt immediately through the music, the art, the story, the acting. It is just a passion project, and at least it feels that way, and they succeeded in getting that feeling across. I haven't played a ton of turn-based games, and I got through this one. That's probably another little gripe. I did turn it on story mode eventually to get through it. So it wasn't the gameplay and the difficulty of that was driving me to play it. It was the story, the world. I needed to know what was going on. The fact that the end of every act changes the context of everything is cool. Like, I think that's a very strong narrative structure. The world building is amazing, and it's just such a fun, beautiful world. And the ending of it being what it is, giving you that choice, having it be hard either way, but just being a story of grief. And there's so many lessons to learn from every angle of the characters in each one. And beautiful game.
Yeah, obviously not on mine, which sucks. Like, I remember last year, or 2024 now, June Showcase, when they announced this, and this was all my most anticipated back then. And I was all in on it, and just the gameplay loop of it, the necessary need for frame-specific parries and counters threw it off for me. The Unreal Engine 5, in general, doesn't do a lot for me with the art style that everyone loves. It becomes lifeless. Everything looks the same. Like, nothing really stands out in the background or in the art, and it's a lot of personal issues. But yeah, I appreciate it for what it was. I get why people like it, but did not make mine.
Yeah, I hear you on the thing. I've listened. Was it composer, Pathless Journey, Austin Wintory? On some podcasts, he was talking about the music, and just the music of Claire Obscure is amazing, right? But he was like, "Oh, if you just gave me like an afternoon to just master it and help like figure it out, because there's some sounds that are, just not layered properly." And it's like, I wouldn't notice that shit, but I think also that we go with the art too. There's like stuff that it's their first game, right? And Unreal 5 has had issues, we know, across the board. So some of these things make sense, right? And you can forgive it a little bit. These things, though, prevent it from going up to a number 1 or number 2, or even making your list, though. You didn't even beat it, right? So I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I rolled credits. I returned it with the new DLC too, and I still did.
Okay. Fair enough. That's crazy. You saw it through.
No, because I had to do the thing where, spoilers if you haven't played it, where I realized that half the stats don't matter. So I reset all my skill trees and put every single one into like attack and crit and luck.
Yeah.
Because the defense, if I got hit once, I was dead anyway. So why even put points into it? So once I did that, I toughed my way through. But
yeah, and I just scaled with every weapon. So once I got like the weapons I liked and wanted and were high enough, I just would reset the skills and then go all into the the weapon scaling of like A, C, or D, whatever it happened to be. It was like, all right, boom, and then that got me through the game. But I played on story. So again, I think the second game, when they get to kind of look at these systems again, get the feedback, see how people are interacting with it. Yeah, I can't wait to see what's next because they'll be able to do what they want, exactly what they want, and hopefully fine tune some of these little issues. But can't wait for Claire Obscure.
The writers.
Yeah, I couldn't think of Expedition 33. Like Claire Obscure, Journey 1. So dumb. Move on.
It's at number 5. Number 5 for me this year goes to probably my biggest surprise in Silent Hill F. Game that I was excited for. I remember the initial reveal trailer and how drastically different it was from previous Silent Hills, where again, I'm not a massive fan. I've played through a couple. I haven't fully kept up with the series, but 5 was doing enough artistically and with the color palette and the new setting that it caught my attention. I just fell in love. From the start, it was the thing of, I want to play through this in the credits and beat it, I'll be done. And then I was looking into it, and you beat it the first time, and you find out more stuff's added each playthrough multiple times, where it's new bosses, and new dialogue, and new character beats, and new cutscenes. It's like, oh, maybe I'll dabble in it. And I start the second playthrough, and I beat the entire second playthrough. And then I keep going, and I do half of a third playthrough, and just keep returning and finding out more and more. And it does it in such a great way that respects your time, where you can skip every cutscene, but it'll bring up a little pop-up, hey, this is new content, you may want to watch this. Like, that's awesome, because I feel like most people would be like, tough shit, figure it out if you want to see the new stuff. Where this is, hey, we know this could be a couple hour long experience, you can barrel through this, or hey, this puzzle section has nothing new, if you want, hit A and we'll put you at the end of this entire puzzle section, and you can just skip over it to get you into the new stuff, to have the story unwind more.
That's awesome. That's like a modern day realistic setting of like we understand.
Yep.
That's all. I wouldn't realize that's something, obviously.
Yeah, respects the player. The fan base around has been great and reinvigorated Silent Hill fans. It started, the 3 main kids, their Japanese voice actors have all gone through and like streamed themselves playing the game, being scared shitless because they're not used to it, and like have become a part of the community and like interacting with people, and it's just been a great time. I hope and pray that the Silent Hill 1 remake they're working on keeps up, especially with them talking about wanting to do a new one every year. I hope they don't kill it immediately after it's gained so much momentum. But Silent Hill F was just a story I still think about. Beautiful, grotesque, heartbreaking, that when you think you have it figured out the first playthrough, second one throws a curveball and, oh, it's actually about this. Oh, that representation wasn't entirely true. Looking more into this. And messes with your mind beyond the gameplay moments and has you checking yourself and keeping notes and trying to keep track of stuff in real time while experiencing it. Just great time. Great number 5 for me. I wish I could have put it higher, honestly, but the combat and the game design of it is what drew me back and put it at 5. You need to avoid enemies, weapons break easily, don't be doing this. And then at the end of the game, we're throwing you into multiple Dark Souls like bosses of dodging and parrying and countering, and just the most extreme shit that they have not given you time to learn and de-incentivized you from wanting to learn, is the only real bad thing I have to say about Silent Hill F.
Nice. That's crazy. Did you see the Christmas halftime show? Snoop Dogg's holiday performance and the bunnies people came on stage. It reminded me of that scene you sent me. You'll watch it. There, he has dancers in the background. They have that same bunny mask.
But a lot
And I
more
was like,
family
oh.
friendly.
I was like, oh wow, Silent Hill F.
Silent Hill F.
I know how they got that mask on.
No. Oh.
Yeah, you know, if you played it and you sent it to me, that's awesome. And I 5 is, yeah, it's crazy that you would even say higher too. You know, like not like you're surprised it's this high. That's awesome. Wouldn't have thought that's where you would have landed on this game. So
There was a time it was a
Love that.
top 3. Like,
that's crazy. That's
I
crazy.
really enjoyed it. It's still installed. I usually uninstall stuff as soon as I beat it or I'm done, like to save space. It's still in the disk tray. It's still installed, ready to go if I wanted. Like, it is not left.
Wow, that's awesome.
On to number 4.
Number 4. Oh, it's mine. I was like, which one are we gonna see?
Number 4, Dispatch.
Yes. Are we talking about it later?
We're talking about it
now?
later. Talking about it later.
Okay, that's kind of what I expected.
Yeah, I'm curious why it's, well, not why it's 4, but
Well, like I said,
He's like,
Top
I'm just gonna throw
3.
some curveballs in here for funsies.
Wait, what?
I was like, you're just throwing curveballs on your list for fun. Like, nah. You think I'm
Yeah, I
do
played
this?
a lot
Nah.
of cool math games.
Nice.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about my game later.
My number 4 of the year.
Remember when our base was up here?
Such a good base. My
Yeah.
number 4, very fitting of where it's at, is 2 Point Museum.
Hell yeah.
Probably no surprise, but I love this series. Something that on paper you tell me what it is and I would normally steer away from. But now 100% of the previous title, I have 100% of this one and all DLC, and was my most played game this year. I'm pretty sure it even beat out Grounded at the end of the day with the Xbox wrap up on True Achievements. Just the quintessential cozy hang out and shut your brain off and mindlessly make a museum. You're not under huge time crunches of you need to have this and this done by this time to continue on, or no, you do stuff at your own pace. You can go super in depth. I've seen people's museums that are certain walkways and they have certain exhibit spots with a lot of decor around them and themed really cool and they look mesmerizing. Or you be like me and you have your initial museum you start with that you just continuously add on to, and it's just the largest square you can with small sectioned off themed areas, and you call it good. And you not penalize for it. You can still progress the same way. The humor is still there. The charm is still there. The bless the intercom announcer who talks shit to you and comments on things happening and what's going on with guests and staff as you're playing. Just the best time. DLC's great. Again, the Dredge DLC. They've done stuff with Vampire Survivors now. They've done a handful of free DLC updates to add new themes of exhibits out of the initial, I think it was 5 or 6. They now have like a digital specialty where it's like weapons from games or special armor sets from games, or that's where the Dredge stuff fits in. Like, just a weird blend of so many things that works so well. And again, from Sega doing great.
Yeah.
Probably one of my secret favorite developers, like publishers, I should say, with this and Yakuza being under the same umbrella at the end of the day. Like, can't speak highly enough. I'm patiently waiting for more DLC. They just did another crossover with Revenge of the Savage Planet that also came out this year I played, so I want to jump into that. And just waiting for the next paid stuff. The most recent one, they did a whole zoo expansion where it's Zoo Tycoon, but you got weird animals that don't make sense. And I had a whole exhibit of pet rocks with googly eyes that had different wants and needs that I was trying to keep up, and having them have rock babies doesn't make sense, but it does. And it's fun, and I love it. I just wish it ran better on the hardware.
Yeah. Xbox, right?
Xbox, yeah. It's still, I'm pretty sure it's the quick resume stuff. Because even coming back for the most recent DLC, it was still doing it of, I'd shut off for a day, I come back, it quick resumes on, I open up the first menu, and it just hard crashes.
So it's a game that you just have to quit out of.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, that's a bummer. You'd hope games could just start doing that on there, right? Like, and not be forced into it. But
yeah. But again, it's another one. I've looked at it on Switch too. I look at it, like, mouse mode sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's the game that it gets my attention. I look at it, those type of simulation building games I like. I just couldn't get into both Hospital and Campus. I most recently tried Campus, I think earlier this year. I got it for like $1, or maybe last year.
Nice.
But there's just something about it where I fall off of it, and I'm just like, I either get stuck, I'm not sure what to do, I'm either just bored. There's just something that I don't care, and I don't know if it's Hospital, I don't care, school, whatever, at the end of the day. I wonder if it's just the setting that's getting me, or if it's like mechanics, gameplay, maybe that's what it is. But I hope they added the Game Pass, if I'm being honest, so I can try it and see.
It surprised me.
Because unfortunately, exactly, hey, wait, you just wait long enough, you know? But they're doing all these DLCs and expansions. I can also see them being happy with what they're getting and not needing a service. So anyways, we'll see. But yeah, it intrigues me. And the Zoo Tycoon as well. I mean, those games are, I got the Abandonware Zoo Tycoon downloaded right now on my computer. I want to play a Zoo Tycoon, and me and my wife just haven't done it yet, but it's really intriguing doing a little zoo and such. So we'll see. Game Pass, I will be trying it. A good sale, maybe.
It tickles my mind the way like old Flash games did on like CartoonNetwork.com or Cool Math Games, of like, just play a little more and you can unlock this thing. Get a little bit more money and you get this thing. I'm like, I'll do it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, see, the way you talk about it just doesn't seem like that loop is what I experienced in Campus, right? Like, it seems like there's something a little different, but maybe I'm just hoping.
Yeah. Number 3.
Let's move on to top 3. We will be talking about this one together.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought I had this pegged as your one.
Wow, it was my one for a little bit. But it wasn't. Yes, okay, South of Midnight. I'll go first since you just talked a little bit. But what a game. Just coming out of Compulsion Studios under Microsoft, the banner. I did not play some of their earlier titles. Did not beat. I played a little bit of We Happy Few. But the whole story, vibe, ambiance, and tone that they set with this game is instantly grabbing me, instantly hooks me in. And going through it, it's just a phenomenal story, a phenomenally made game that isn't just, let's make a game. We're also making a piece of art that's going to tell a story about a time, and it also show a place in history. With the American South, right? And it's American folklore and growing up in America. Like, that stuff's interesting to me. And it's a part of history, the South, that is so shrouded in mystery on purpose. We are not taught that. Those stories have been buried intentionally. And to have a big corporate Microsoft-backed game that it dives into these stories, it's all folklore, right? But they bringing in people into the studio to help write the songs, to make it as authentic as possible. And it makes me interested, and it makes me want more of these stories. And we 100% are getting and should get a sequel to this, because the main character, Hazel, is so good in that. The world they set up with her being a weaver, being able to unravel trauma. Okay, let's sign us up. Let's go. This is so cool. And just the having that weaving also be visualized in the world through the lattice work of that era and that region, right? Like it's just so detailed and beautiful. The music, like I talk about Benji a lot this year, just being a really, really good song that as it hits as you're climbing up the tree and it's like, oh my gosh, we're climbing up Benji, and it's the music hits and the game continues with that. And it's not all hippity doo, like here we go up a tree. It's deep, sad songs about a mother mourning her child because flavors were involved. And it's like, oh my, like heavy. So the whole song, the whole mission is a lullaby you're walking through, and it's just heart wrenching, right? And there's other stories too. That's just one aspect of it, and it all Hazel just goes through it and unravels the story and tells the truth of it through her actions. It's just a beautiful game, a beautiful story. I can't wait for it to be on Switch 2 and for other people to play it. I can't wait to see where they go next. It's just deserves all the praise. I think about it often. Benji was my number 3 Spotify most played song. I still listen to it. I am itching to get a guitar because I miss playing guitar for one thing, but like listening to the song every now and then, I'm like, fuck, I want to like, this makes me want to play, right? And it's a video game. It's just crazy. It's awesome. They succeeded in their scope very, very well. I could say stuff about the combat not being perfect. I could say that stuff, but nah, it does what it needs to within its scope. And I truly love it. Can't wait to see them do another one and fine tune it and make it better.
Yeah, South of Midnight for me is tied for most overlooked game of 2025. Everything that game does, from art to music to the story to character design, shout out my homie Crouton, still my gamer picture on Xbox, is just top notch across the board. Like, not enough people got to experience it, whether that be, it's an Xbox thing, but I hope that more eyes coming onto it when it comes to more platforms gives them that push they need. I mentioned a lot before it came out for the team, especially playing Contrast in the year leading up to this, that this South of Midnight is right on the edge of being that huge breakout success they need to get that next tier up as a developer. And it's still right there, and I hope they stick with it. I hope the story continues. If it's not direct sequel, I hope just the world that exists in continues as a thing, because there's so much to pull from there. And with how many little stories they give you throughout, I feel like it's still just the surface of what they could dive into and go deeper on and really go off the wall with. And you saw that towards the end, the last quarter of that game, where they're rails off, let's go, let's do this. And it's just a spectacle. Like,
yeah,
great game.
It's an experience. Yeah. And I think that's where like any issues are like, you can explain away. It's like, no, there's a purpose behind a lot of it. It doesn't need to have an in-depth combat. It does exactly what it needs to. It could be a little tighter at times, but the experience overall as you're going through it is exceptional. Yeah, and they stick with it. They answer questions and then leave so many more open, and you don't know a ton about Hazel's past really, right? And so there's so many more things you can go from there, or have her just go through any setting and have her unravel stuff, because that's just her as a weaver. Like it's a very strong, beautiful concept that I want them to explore that deeper, more deeper themes. Get into that because you can. I'm bummed we didn't get any type of performance, music-wise anywhere, because maybe there's something at DICE might come up, but like I just don't see even any song specifically in the grand scheme getting enough, right? So it'll get art stuff, it'll get Impact Awards, but play this game. It's on Game Pass. Come to Switch later this year. It's so worth it.
Speaking of Switch, both of ours. Yeah. Speaking of Switch, my number 3 goes to Hades to breaking into the top 3 spot. This, I'll be honest, from the day one of putting the list together for this episode, was number 1
Nice.
for the
What's your number
longest
1?
time. Yeah, my number 1. We've talked to death about this. It's a 10 out of 10 video game. It is the killer app for me on Switch 2. It is artistic showpiece. Again, every screen of this game could be its own painting hung up on a wall. Combat is incredibly fluid and works so well together, and discovering certain aspects or power-ups or abilities that you otherwise normally wouldn't use, and how they blend together with other things and other characters, and it's just a synergy that you don't really get with how much is going on in Hades 2. Characters all hot. That's a meme, but they're all hot, you know? Great design. Everyone's just killing it. Melanoe, solid character for me. Didn't connect with her as much as Zag in Hades 1, which the story is probably the biggest lag for me on Hades 2. Finally rolling credits, finally beating it. I just didn't care. It fell incredibly short, and I've seen they've done updates to it where if you do certain run-throughs again, they've updated the ending and character interactions and try to make it more cohesive. But it's just not something I want to do. That last push on Discord, I was having a breakdown. Like, the last couple of runs I needed for credits were the most excruciating pissed off I've been. And I did get to a point of, I need to get X, Y, and Z on my build every time, or I'm not going to succeed. And even now, since beating it, playing it every now and then, picking it up, doing runs, I still have that mindset and still feel like I'm kind of funneled in a certain play style for me, which isn't the best when you talk about all that synergy, when you talk about all the stuff that's there, and I feel like I can't utilize most of it. That kind of sucks, but other than that, great time. I feel any other year, this and Silk Song would have had way more praise, which just got overshadowed, especially with how long people have been waiting on.
Yeah, and being very specific things. Yeah, and then Hades being a sequel as well. Helps, but doesn't. Yeah, this was my number 6 once again. But I think a lot of the issues that you have, like with story and whatnot, ended up being the reason why it's like lower on my list. It doesn't make me think less of the game, but you know, being critical about it, it's part of the reason why it drops. But it really was just a game that once it came out on Switch was the nightly play. Play it and just do a couple runs. Once you get towards the end, it's like 20 to 30 minute run, pretty much like on the dot. You can get, I was like at 25 to 30 minutes, like on the dot for towards the end. And I was like, cool, I know exactly tonight. Oh yeah, I could totally do 2 runs tonight and boom, boom, done. And like, that was a really nice cadence. That was a really nice way to play the game, especially with the whole premise of killing time. Like, that's really funny. And I like the dual meaning that it ends up having with this type of game. It is a masterpiece, a 10 out of 10. It 100% achieves its scope perfectly, right? And you could knock it for what it does. But like, it does it well though. Like, and it really is like, I think it comes down to how you take it and if you relate hard to it and whatnot. But for what it's trying to do and for what it ends up doing, it does it so well. And it's just, I look at it, I'm like, I can't get back into it right now. I wonder if the story would feel different for me if I played it in one go, because I started it early access and then picked up my save once it came to Switch. Yeah. So my story's all over the place. So it kind of stopped caring, right? Like, it was something that I would read and be like, cool, and like move on. So I wonder if I would feel differently, but I also feel like that's just this type of game to me. You know, I'm not here to read and get all the lore and stuff. I'm here to play the shit and like do the different builds and whatnot. Fascinating that you feel funneled, because I'm the opposite. I know I like playing certain builds, but I feel, I can go this way, and I get I have multiple paths of builds that I can go. So interesting that how that ends up.
The story issues and stuff was probably the biggest hiccup I had, because I was thinking back to when we played it initially and reviewed it and talked about it, and still thinking it's a 10 out of 10 game, and coming to, how do you say it's that good, that great, that 10 out of 10 experience, and not have it be your number one? And like, the gameplay of it, the game itself is great. It's just got some road bumps, which doesn't take away from the experience, because you can play it. I mean, you could wholeheartedly play this game not giving a single shit about the story, skip all the dialogue. Like, you could play it that way and make it be just the action run through over and over again. Like, that would be perfectly okay. The issues with it is just extra.
100%. It's just that good of a game. Like, it's a good game at the core.
Game's good.
Game, good game. Are you ready?
Final two.
Final top two. Let's have some fun here. Madden.
On Switch 2 exclusively.
A game of the year.
No.
Dun, 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 dun,
Throwing a
dun,
flag.
dun, dun.
Throwing a
Indiana
flag.
Jones and the Great Circle. You can't. It's not on any of my lists from last year. I beat it in this year. It came out at the end. It is on my list. What are you going to do? Fire me?
I made all this stuff.
What are you going to do? Fire me? I typed it up. It's right here. It's right here. It's on the paper. No, it is this Indiana Jones Great Circle. Yes, technically it came out in 2024 in December, but I did not beat it until late January. And it just, where else would we put it, my guy? It didn't qualify for last year. Okay, let's look at the bylaws. As I'm looking through the games I played, came across again. I was like, oh yeah, I beat this year, and then just had to think about it, and I just really fucking love this game. As I look back and remember it, this is an Indiana Jones game made by the people who made the Wolfenstein games, and it has a story that stands up there with the three best movies. You pick the other two worst ones, right? It is as good as the best of the movies. It's just, they achieved it. Great, exceptional. Being in the game, playing it a lot, the down cues and all that is so well realized. The simulation, the immersion of it. It's one of the first type of these games, immersive sims that I got into and like truly enjoyed. I love the combat in this game being the slapsticky 80s, like bonk someone in the head and they're like, oh, and then you can like pick up a rubber thing and throw it at them and they go, oh, and then you can pick up a chair and throw, like, that's just silly. And it works for Indiana Jones to grab a pan and hit someone in the head and they just drop down. Or you hit someone in the head and they're in a chair and the chair explodes and they fall through it and they passed out. It just made sense and it feels good and it's fun. Troy Baker did a great job, not just being Harrison Ford, but becoming what Indiana Jones is now, right? It is no longer just Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones is a character. And I think in part to that performance in the game. So I can't wait to see a sequel. I got to pick up the DLC, but it's just like, as I look back on it, I just look back so fondly on this game. And it was lower, but it just kept skipping up. It just kept climbing up the list for me. And yeah, an absolutely great game.
Wild. I got nothing to say.
Didn't make your list.
Take. Didn't make my list for 2025. No, it did not. The first section that I beat could have made it. My number two, throwing it back to last year's top 10. It's Call of Duty Black Ops 7. No.
Let's say what? You yelled at me for a last year game, and I thought you were going to put an old one.
No. This, I mean, for me, talking, it's a 50-50 shot between two titles.
Yeah, but I couldn't name them if I had a gun to my head right now. Like, I would not be able to. I don't have that type of brain.
My number two.
No, not Dredge.
2023
What did
game
we play?
has been right behind me this entire episode as a new backdrop piece.
The fuck? Oh, no, I
Goes
can't see.
goes
What?
to Keeper from Double Fine.
Oh, yeah. Number 2. Wow.
Can't speak highly enough about this. This is the other one tied with South of Midnight for most overlooked, overrated, over whatever. I think to a more extreme extent. Again, drop dead gorgeous art and scenery, and every step you take is just a sit back and look in amazement type moment. The puzzles, for what little they could do with being a lighthouse with legs and other things later on, are varied enough to have you thinking of the light shine power in different ways and the way it evolves. Again, the emotional tears I had between your little bird companion at the end of the game, I still think about so often, and more often than I should, and it makes me sad every time because I'm a little bitch. It just tugs at my heartstrings in all the right way. I'm literally, my video game sleeve on my leg, I have a very tall open spot on the right side that I am genuinely thinking of putting Keeper on there as my next
Wow.
tattoo. Like,
You're like, whoa. I left that empty and it's just perfect lighthouse shape.
perfect lighthouse shape. Yeah, I fell
That's
in love
awesome.
with this game. Obviously, super excited about it. Announced back in June at the showcase. And again, announced in June. Hey, we're out in a couple months. Awesome. More of that. It's a smaller project, but still. Double Fine being Double Fine still again. Mind-bending twists. There's sequences in this game towards the end that make you feel like you are riding a roller coaster through a kaleidoscope while doing shrooms. Like a visual spectacle in every sense of the word. More people should play it. Again, another one I hope comes to Switch. This would be a great small pick up and play Switch game if it ever does.
Yeah.
Just beautiful, brilliant game that was fighting for number one a lot of the time making this.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. And you like that. I got to get back to it. I got to intentionally get like full hours in, really give it a shot. And I think I'll like it and just be able to get through it at the very least and just do it, be able to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's your number 2 too. And like people do talk highly of it. And I think back to like a game like Cocoon that I really loved. And I'm like, this puzzly, limited or no dialogue, right? Like, not the same, but similar enough. And I'm like, I can get into that. I just got to be in the mood. And I was not in the mood for it when it came out and I first tried. I was like, oh.
Yeah. There's a world where Keeper came out on Xbox 360 Arcade, and it was that year's biggest thing. I think just with the history Double Fine's had since acquisition, since Psychonauts 2, since expectations, and games needing to be bigger and better, that this wasn't there. They wanted to do their own thing still, and it took a lot of shots for it, sadly.
Yeah, I hope it's not seen as a failure, though, because I think people who play it are talking highly of it, so it's just not enough people played it, but that doesn't mean it's bad, right?
Yeah.
So I hope it's not, because even though I haven't played it, even though I touched it and put it down pretty quickly, I can look at that, and I hope anyone can look at that and say, that's cool. And that should be made if people who play it are saying it's really good. Okay, that should be around, and we should have stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not seen as a failure. That's a cool idea.
Are you ready for number ones to end the list?
Ready? I mean, I know yours. You know, there's one game we haven't talked about. I want you to predict mine. What do you think my number 1 is? Because not what yours is. We're not.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think back to other stuff you played. And you're either going to go the route that's going to make me mad, or you're going to be the weird Seattle indie hipster and put Despelote in here.
Oh, I haven't even played that yet. I did the disservice to Despelote.
You just did the demo, that's right.
I know. I just did the demo. It's
Uh,
installed,
So
and I
the
just
other
haven't
one I'm
scheduled the stream.
guessing is that wasn't this year. I was gonna say Elden Ring Night Rain. That was this year.
It was this year.
But
Roll
you
the
haven't put
clip.
a lot of
Number one.
you haven't put a lot of
Roll
time
it.
into it.
Roll the clip.
Ow.
Are you mad at the cutaway?
No, I'm mad at me going to switch the image so it's ready when I switch over and I saw it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yes, number one, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I forgot you've been playing this a lot the past couple weeks.
Been playing the shit out of this game, and I have only not put in more hours because I said I'm doing it on stream. I have a little, I'm gonna close off this series, and then I'm playing the fuck out of this game. I have not felt this way about a game since I've played Fallout 4, my first Fallout big open world game in general that I got deep and fell into 400 plus hours across multiple saves. This game is giving me that feeling. It is insanely awesome and cool. I played the first one when it came to Game Pass at one point and fell off real early, really early. There's a scene where you have to run away from your town. You're being attacked. Kept getting shot in the back. I kept running. I ran into a tree branch and fell off, and then I got stabbed. I tried to fight. I just couldn't get past it. I'm listening to this year podcast Game Maker's Notebook, the game designer for this game. He says, yeah, I think it was like 80 to 90% player fall off in that exact same moment that I stopped playing it. Which I was like, oh, dude, you're acknowledging your problem. They fixed that in this game. So he said, going into the second one, we want to make sure we fix that. We want to make sure we don't have that same drop off that we had with people dropping off really early in the first one. And they fixed that. I've fallen in love with this game. It's cool to listen to this interview and have him like talk about a game like, hey, I felt that way. It's why I ended up picking up this game, and you solved all the issues I had. There's the level of freedom in the world and sandbox they created is just otherworldly. The NPCs reacting to you is fun and realistic. I'm fighting Tomcat. He beats me. I'm bloody. I'm like, all right, I need to go heal. I need to leave. I don't put my sword away. Some lady's like, hey, whoa, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you putting away? Like, what do you think you're tough? I'm like, oh, my bad. You can't apologize. Henry's like, my bad. I didn't mean to. I put it away. I changed my outfit. She's like, thank you. Like, does that feel better? I'm like, yes, I feel better. I apologize. That's just cool. And that's across so many different interactions across the game. On top of that, there are Bethesda-like moments where scenes are just like, all right, that didn't make sense. That's goofy. Like continuity stuff. And it's just funny. And in the game way, I just get this itch, this joy to keep playing it. I'm just smiling when something happens. I'm like, you could do that. Mutt keeps running around me. My dog, he pees, and it's just like, stop peeing on me, everyone. I'm in the world. I'm in this game. There's something about, with my second one too, simulation immersion games that I've really fallen in love with. And this game, I wish I played it earlier because I would have put 100 plus hours already into this thing, because it just is a world I want to be in and get lost in and go do the side stuff, go blacksmith endlessly. I feel bad if I just blacksmith on stream, so I haven't been doing it as much as I want.
This is what the game is now.
Like I'm like, I don't want to do it off stream because but I'm like, I'm there. Like I want to now put time into it as my relaxing game, as my, as my active game. I'm doing a quest tonight. Let's go, Henry. Your main character. Or I'm, like I said, relaxing, just blacksmithing. Blacksmithing at 3 a.m. in the rain in this game. It's just amazing. I'm just like, this is awesome. What a time. So loved it. I still love it. It is technically, I think, so impressive as well. Whereas I'm looking at my list, I'm like, this is just number one. This is just the game of the year. It just is to me. And seeing other people now on streams and seeing videos of early stuff too, seeing the differences and seeing what you can just do, like walk up to a person and who has someone hostage, and I forget the streamer, but he like pulled out his bow and shot him, like, action movie as they're guys right here, and it worked. And it's like, I like talk to that person and talk them down. And yes, that's a simple thing that other games let you do, but that's just one thing. There's so many things in this game, and I'm just at the surface of it. That's my number one.
I'm happy that this game, I mean, it was obviously one of the first games this year, but for you to come into it so late and still have that impact and still make its way through the list to be number one, like that's a testament to what that game is. And when I talk recently about underrated, overlooked things, like that's the one that people are championing all year since its launch of, hey, don't sleep on this. Hey, don't sleep on this. Hey, yes, we probably don't have a chance at game of the year. And then, hey, we're nominated. Like, that's had such a strong community around it to help push it forward and welcome more people in.
Yep. Yeah, no, the onboarding into this world, which is very deep, and they didn't, in this interview, he even said they wanted to make it easier for players to get on board, but not lose the depth. So it's still there, and they think they do a very good job of having contextual pop-ups and tutorials come on screen when they need to. Your first time entering a menu, it'll then teach you that thing, but if you don't go in there, you won't learn it because you don't need to access it, right? Like, the way they do that is very well done. And like I said, I fell off the first one really quickly when I didn't. And obviously I played a lot more games, figured life out more, grew those muscles. But it also is their game design and that. So give this a shot. I think it is well deserving of it. And yeah, I just haven't felt this way since playing Fallout 4 again, just coming across something and being like, ooh, what's that? And just like smiling and just like, oh, this is so cool. Getting drunk in a forest and going on a drunken walk, which is things I have done in real life. I'm like, this is awesome. Here we go again. Just walking drunk in a forest. Just great time.
It's video game IRL.
Exactly.
On to my number one. We've mentioned it already. We've talked about it. Obviously goes to League of Legends in 2025.
We did a spoiler cast for League of Legends.
We did a spoiler cast,
right.
Yeah. League of Legends spoiler cast. It was a hit, breakout hit. The answer was real.
I will say, this final game was on my number one for a long time, but it just isn't.
it just wasn't good enough. Get out of here. My number one goes to Dispatch. No surprise. We, again, did a whole episode dedicated to this over Christmas break just to talk about it. It has become a living meme in my household, from references to, we went to get coffee and breakfast this morning and we were playing radio on the way on the drive. Mm-hmm. The music's all over my house. There's Dispatch stickers that are Christmas gifts this year. Like, it has excelled at being more than a game for us. And for going from, I don't really have interest in this, to you picked it up and we're talking about it on the show, to everyone's talking about this, and I buy it on a whim late one night. I asked my girlfriend, I'm like, hey, you want to watch the show? She's like, yeah, but it looks like you're downloading a game. And I'm like, I am, but not really. I'm like figuring that out together. Yeah, figuring that out together and playing through it. Like, I didn't have a lot of expectations. I enjoyed old Telltale enough. It was never my favorite things. My favorite one was Minecraft, which everyone hated. But again, the refinement the team has had, the years of figuring out how the release schedule works and how this type of game can succeed in 2025, where games are fighting for your time. Games are fighting for your money and to be logging in every day and be a part of the ecosystem. And for this to be, no, we're still doing this unique thing of, we're going to be a weekly release. Come back to us if you want. And there were a lot of people who were attached to it, and cosplays all over, and people pushing for it at the Game Awards, even though it didn't reach the cutoff mark, but kind of did, but will be there next year, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of dumb shit. Just a great game that, again, fought number one with Keeper back and forth, but end of the day has become more than a game for me right now.
Yeah, I had it one for a while because it's really good. It has created its own community instantly, its own fandom like when people saw it first, right? People were like, "Hey, what the hell?" And then the first episodes, first week, people are cosplaying characters already. It's just there's something to this world and characters that they found that is just gold, and you want to be in the world. I want to hang out with this team. I miss them. It's like I want to get more stories of them and with them. I don't want necessarily just replay it, and that's why it kind of drops down. I not getting that itch, and the more I think about it, I think really good. But I think just for me, it just isn't what I'm looking for in a game. It's hard to say. Like it's kind of like the Hades, where it's like a 10 out of 10, right? Like I think it's really good. It does exactly. It achieves its scope near perfectly, which would be a 10 out of 10. A game quote. So it's similar thing. It's just not something that I would rate too highly. One of my first Telltale games, played the Game of Thrones ones. I liked how they did the active response things. What are those called? Quick time events. I liked how those were in the game, and I didn't feel like they took out of it. I love the dispatching. I thought to have a game called Dispatch where you play as Robert, a dispatcher who's dispatching heroes. You need to have a good dispatching game, and they did that, and I really, really love that. I think that's what also lifts it up for me. But there's just really little to say bad about it. They just achieved exactly what they wanted to so well. And the soundtrack, it's so smart also to just let characters let the actors, the voiceover people come in and put themselves in it too. I think that helps and brings life to the game. Getting smaller content creators, getting small artists and uplifting them in the soundtrack and in the game. Just really smart and really cool to see a studio do that and then define success. It's, I'm following Thought Squad and Bershi now, and those are two artists in the game who has songs in the game, and it's just cool. You love to see games do that, to not just be successful, but also lift up the other people who helped make that thing. Like that's awesome. And the way they're doing it, like having specifically with Prism's actress, Thought Squad, her song that was just already a song is in the game, and it's the fight, during the bar scene. And that's like, I don't know, that's just cool to me, and not something that needs to have happened, right? I don't think the studio could have had their own song, their own licensed thing that they have them sing, but instead, no, let's use your song, and it's your song. Go show it. We don't care. You're in our game, like you are you, and that's an awesome thing. So I want to see more of that. So I think the story around it is really good.
It's a mutual respect for the people you're working with, but done in a way that still fits. Like that song, you show me that scene now, I couldn't tell you what else would fit there because that song just fits it so well. Radio at his apartment scene, like those songs encapsulate the feeling and vibes of what they were trying to get so well that you can't be mad at it of, oh, she's the voice actor, of course they're gonna do it. Like it just works.
Yeah,
and Dispatch
Prism would do that.
Yeah.
They're fine, let's go start filming this in my music video.
Right. But it goes back, it goes full circle back to my number 10 of going into 2026, finding that appreciation for a one playthrough single player experience again, where Dispatch has multiple endings. There's the one ending that no one's unlocked yet, supposedly. But I don't have a need to want to go back to it. Like, I'm okay with my story, my Robert Robertson, that story being it for me. That was our time. Going back and redoing things to see different scenes that I've seen on TikTok or whatever, I feel would almost ruin it. And just having that one playthrough of this was your experience together, these are the emotions you had, these are the story beats you hit, like that has done enough and helped shape the rest of my list, really going off of that thought process.
Yeah, I don't have that drive as much either. But yeah, excellent game.
Excellent game. It was a good 2025. It was a good year. Games are good, I guess.
The games were, we played good games.
Yeah.
Say that.
Okay.
You want to go over your list again real quick? Go 10. Read us your list. and then I'll read mine.
Yeah, so final for me is this seat taken at number 10, Potty Potty Studios. Go check it out. Avowed number 9, Obsidian, killing it this year. Can't give them enough praise. Mario Kart World at 8. Go give that game a second chance. 7, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remaster. My comfort game, give me my nostalgia. South of Midnight at number 6. Severely underrated. Needs more eyes on it. Shout out to Benji. Shout out to Crouton. Number 5, Silent Hill F. Experience it. Be grossed out. Send weird pictures of the game to your friend like I did to Kyle and freak them out because it's a trip. 4, 2 Point Museum. It's a museum game. 3, Hades 2. Should have been higher. But 2, Keeper. Double Fine. Keep at it. I can't wait to see the next thing. Hopefully at this year's June showcase. I hope they do it back to back because that would be wild. And 1, Dispatch.
Love it. All right.
What's yours up?
My number 10 going down from number 10 on. Number 10, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Number 9, Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Number 8, Kirby Air Riders. Number 7, Arc Raiders. Number 6, Hades 2. Number 5, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Number 4, Dispatch. Number 3, South of Midnight. Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. And number 1, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Top 10 games 2025 as told you by me.
By me. One of those is a 2024 where we don't talk about it.
It wouldn't have been on any list otherwise.
It needs
I'm
it
not
needs
gonna
his
put
credit.
Troy Baker in the shed like that.
He could take it. He could sit
Don't
one
do
out.
that to him.
Okay.
Anyways, this has been a fun episode and the first episode of the year, but we got a lot going on. We got stuff planned. We got a calendar. We got notes. We got ideas and topics going. So we got a lot coming in the next couple weeks. In 2 weeks, we have episode 100, which might be the Xbox Dev Direct reactions, or will be I forget what we wrote, but we'll be just kind of
2026
looking ahead and
resolutions.
whatnot. Yeah, the resolutions. Okay. So yeah, we'll play that by ear depending on when Xbox gives us the news. But what are you doing this week?
Continuing working, getting ready for next week's episode, trying to get stuff ready and a layout ready for Fantasy Critic 2026, joined
Yes.
again by the fine folks from United We Nerd. 5 people on that show, so trying to rearrange stuff and make stuff look okay is hectic, but it's coming together. Other than that, yeah, really want to, again, focus down streaming this year. I think both of our sides do more content, do more creation, help get the name out, especially after the rebrand. Again, Badlands Backlogs is dead. We are just purely now the download queue representing the podcast in its entirety. So all the socials on my end should be changed if you're following us elsewhere, updating that. And yeah, looking ahead, 2026 is going to be just as good, my guy. We get to play Fable this year. We get to play Forza Horizon 6 this year. It's wild to finally say
GTA
that.
delayed.
Get to see GTA 6 delayed again this year.
Yeah. No, it's looking at the list right now, our list, varied, different, some phenomenal games. Dude, next year is crazy just on like Xbox's side and what we know in general, right? And there's so much we don't know. So yeah, hopefully it's a great year. Been fun so far. We got 2 more episodes till 100, but we're not done. So that is that. Anything else you want to talk about? Say.
Shout out, I showed you earlier, but since we're recognizing champions and winners of 2025, Andy Richter, Highly Rob, Dancing with the Stars, got Andy Richter t-shirt. Kyle, I can get you one too if you would like. Represent. It's one of the really cheap bad ones where the image is going to start like deteriorating immediately as I wash it. But for now, it's good.
Yeah. I can tell you haven't washed it yet because it still looks normal. That's how we'll know when you finally wash it.
It's just gonna be every week now. This is the podcast shirt.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Get Andy on board with us.
But that is it on my end. Just working ahead again, planning for 2026.
yeah, next week Fantasy Critic draft. That'll be fun. I got to start looking ahead. We got to take some wild guesses with what Xbox may or may not announce. And nothing else has been announced yet, so it'll be. I like that we're drafting early. I like that.
I was like, can I
later
draft
this week, I'm
Xbox
gonna-
closing?
You know, the fact that they too poor to do the end of the year shit is yeah.
Get on a Kelsey ad.
That brand maybe maybe going to. But, oh well, that is a future thing. We had a fun time this episode. Yeah, I'll be keep streaming a little more Kingdom Come Deliverance throughout the week and finishing that off. And then waiting to see what the next stream is, because I think I might be waiting until Final Fantasy VII Remake drops on Xbox, and that might be the next stream thing.
Ooh, that's a beefy
But
one.
yeah, I know that's the thing though. So we'll see. We'll see. I will be playing that though. That is 100% something I am going to be doing for the first time, going through Final Fantasy VII. That's future. Thank you for a great episode. You have I didn't ask for the little end of spiel you do.
Oh, no, I don't. I just read it off the top of my head. Download Q recording
God.
live each and every Saturday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/downloadQ now. No more Badlands backlogs. Follow us on all the socials, Kyle, Adu, Blue Sky, Threads especially. We don't talk about Twitter anymore. And download Q on Blue Sky, Threads, and don't talk about Twitter anymore. Until next time, happy gaming. Be good to each other. Have a good 2026. Bye.